Less than an hour from now, President Trump expected to meet with his national security team inside of the White House. That as we learn of new warnings from U.S. sources to Fox of an imminent Iranian strike on a U.S. base in Qatar. In fact, it was the very same base that President Trump spoke at during his trip to the Middle East. Now, this is where the United States has its largest airbase in the Middle East, and Qatar has closed its airspace until further notice. You can look at the flight radar. There are literally no flights above Qatar right now. And the State Department is instructing all Americans to shelter in place. We are learning more about America's historic strike against Iran in the meantime. And new details are emerging about this weekend, how the U.S. carried out a highly precise airstrike mission that successfully took out 3 of Iran's most important nuclear sites. You've heard them by name: Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. And now President Trump is calling for peace.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace.
The president hailing the mission on Truth Social, writing, quote, "Monumental damage was done to all nuclear sites in Iran as shown by satellite images. Obliteration is an accurate term." And the Pentagon revealing just how unprecedented the mission actually was.
The scope and scale of what occurred last night would take the breath away of almost any American if you had an opportunity to watch it in real time.
This was the largest B-2 operational strike in U.S. history and the second longest B-2 mission ever flown. This operation underscores the unmatched capabilities and global reach of the United States military.
Yo, it's your boy Schoolie. Welcome back to another episode of NBA's TV, Not Your Born Hustle TV. And today, we all in trouble. Yep, I said it. We all in trouble. It's not much that Iran can really do to us other than have some sleeper cells in the state, which I think they probably got a few hundred when it comes to people who love Iran and people who then got into the state illegally. If you think about it, it's been, I believe, 20 million. Don't quote me on the number, but I believe it was 20 million migrants that had got into the United States. But now Trump is starting to create war. He didn't bomb them people, and now he want to say, oh yeah, we should be peaceful. If they can't hit us with missiles, meaning that they can't nuke us, and they don't have the proper Air Force to come to the United States, because if you educate yourself on this, the B-2 bombers had to be gassed up 3 times. So Iran, they don't really have the aircraft to fly over all the way over here. I believe it was a 33-hour ride or something like that. They don't have the aircraft to fly over here, so meaning they can't drop the nuke on us like how they just did the B-2 bombs, and they can't technically send a missile over here to us. So was the nukes really harming America, or was Trump giving Israel a solid, like, hey, we the only country that can do this, I'll look out for y'all, and we're going to make this thing happen, and you'll look out for me on another note? I think it was more of that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I think that's somewhere of the truth, because we went over there and bombed them people, and they can't hurt us with the bomb, even if they do get a nuke. And I know they always say death to America, all of that. I understand that. But if they can't actually do it, then why would we step in and create an issue? Now he talking about peace, peace, peace. Man, them people is finna have a lot of crazy stuff going on. So I advise y'all, I stay in Chicago. And if you stay in a big city where you think you finna go to a big fireworks show for the 4th of July, I'm telling y'all, do not do it. Beware. And I feel like everybody needs to be careful right now when it comes to big crowds, because if you do any type of research on this, that's the only way that they can actually harm America, is by doing some terrorism type stuff where they can actually blow up a building or try to do like another 9/11 type thing. Because one, like I said earlier, they can't hit us with missiles, meaning the nuke was never really a harm to America. And then 2, they can't even fly over here. We barely made it over there, but not barely, but they had to charge up, what, how many planes it was? 7 B-2 $1 billion planes 3 times. So it's definitely a task. But let me know what y'all think. So they already responded with shooting missiles at one of the U.S. aircraft spots or whatever that's kind of out on the Middle Eastern. I hope that they can't do no more much damage, which I think that they is, and it's going to be interesting to watch. So let me know whose side y'all on. Is y'all on Iran's side? Is y'all on the U.S. side? What y'all think about this? It's your boy Schoolie. Till we meet again, my friend. I'm out.
That's my dog, I'ma keep it real. If that's my dog, my support is his. If that's my dog, we handle biz. If that's my dog, what man this is. If that's my dog, we buckled up. If that's my dog, we'll knuckle up. If that's my dog and lower her, then hell no, I cannot fuck with her. If that's my dog, I'ma keep it real. If that's my dog, my support is his. If that's my dog, we handle biz. If that's